Hi, I'm Sue bringing crafting to you, and today I'm going to make a card using the Quite Curvy stamp set. So it's got some lovely curved font in here to work with the dies that are called curvy dies. So it's got this lovely border one that I'll use at some point. It's got one to cut out the foliage, the leaves. It's got one to cut out some that will impression, and you can change these ivy leaves and interact, or you can do what I'm doing today and have cut some out ready to use. And it has got the other die that's here that cuts out a curve, and it's got some little birds as well. So there's lots in the die set that cut out, because and also a sprig. It cuts out this here and these and the three birds as well. So that's great. So what we're doing is we're starting off with our standard card side that is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, and I'm just going to burnish that to make sure it's super flat. And I'm using Gorgeous Grape, so I'm doing this card in Gorgeous Grape. I'm just going to go over, flatten any edges that we need to as well. Okay, so ahead of time I have cut a piece that with the curvy die that measures, I'll just tell you what it measured before I started it. It measured there we go, I think I cut a little bit off after, so I'm just trying to get it back. Yeah, it was 3 1/4, so I cut it at 3 1/4, and then I put the die edge so that it was quite close to the top edge, so that I've cut it like that. I've also cut another piece with the cut out holes on it in white, and I've just cut, hand cut, fussy cut, the line that you can see on the die, so you can have this narrow strip. So I've done that as well. And ahead of time, I stamped the ivy and cut it out with the die, and coloured it in with Granny Apple Green. So I've done that ahead of time. Plus I've done the 3 birds, and I've coloured those in with the Stampin' Blend Bronze and Dark Poppy Parade on to make like a robin. So I've done all the 3 different ones. So we're going to start off. I'm just going to I've just had hold of, oh, there they go. I'm just going to roughly position these in place here, and note where I need to do a bit of stamping. So they're roughly in place, and I'm going to do some embossing today. So I'm going to use my Versamark and ink up my stamp. So I'll just make sure my stamp is well inked up with my Versamark, and then I'm just going to put that roughly in position over here, so near the edge, and just stamp that down. Take that away, and you will see on here that I've got that in. So I'm just removing all my bits and pieces now. I'm going to put my lid on there, and I'm going to bring in my gold to stamp on here. So I'm just pouring that over my Versamark now, and then as best I can, I'm going to put that back in there. I'm going to give it a good tap. There's a little bit that is there that I want to bring off. That's got the static. So I think I'm fairly happy with that now. There's just bits that, so just, okay, that's best. Right, now before I actually heat emboss, I'm just going to pour back. So you pour back any, let me get rid of my bits off there. So any of your overspill you pour back into your pot, and then put your lid on out of the way. Okay, and whoops, I'm now going to warm up my heat tool. So I've got, this is going to be noisy. Hi, oh, you're watching on your TV, how lovely. So you must have a smart TV, Valerie. So I apologise now for the noise, but I'm just heating up a little bit. And then this is how the heat embossing works. So you heat up and slowly, I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this on camera, you can start to see the gold melt. Okay, so I'm bringing that in and you follow it round really, and you will see it all changing colour. So that's all changing colour. It is magic, isn't it? I love it. Okay, so just turn my heat tool off. So now that has done my beautiful gold embossing that says wishing you the happiest of birthdays. So now I can pop my my piece of DSP back in place. Now I thought the reason I did the black and white stripes today is because I thought one of the new paper pads, the papers that we had a black and white in it, and I thought, well, for that one I can just use up my paper that I got a long time ago from Celebration, only to find out I'm absolutely mistaken. So my customers this month who shop with me, if you're wanting to make this card, just get in touch, and I will give you this to go with it. So I'm going to put that on there like that, and then we'll put this over the top. Now I've realised today is the 4th and this is the competition end day, so I will be drawing the people who entered. So I won't draw it today because I said the competition ended today, so I'm just going to give anybody the last minute chance to enter the competition that's on my Facebook page. So I've done that like that. So, and then what I'm going to do is put this on the other side now. So this will be a bit more trickier because there's a lot of holes in here, but I'm hoping I pick up enough of the card to put that on. So we're gonna put this right on the top of my card, so it'll give the appearance of holes on both sides, and that's exactly the same. So just put those there. Okay, make sure I've done this the right way. Oh, phew, I have. Okay, now I have got my ivy, so I'm just going to pop my ivy up on dimensionals. I thought I'd got them out, but obviously I think I thought, no, I'm not going to use any, and then I've decided yes I am. So okay, and I've grabbed my mini, so my mini will have to do. Okay, so I'm going to get my mini and I'm going to put several going down here on my mini dimensionals. So just going to put this. The mini will help in the little out bits. Whoops, stuck on the back of my nail. Oops, it is it. There we go. There we go. So just a few more. So this will support it well. Okay, so just pop them on one side, then I'm just going to peel off the back. So I had a go because my actual stamp block is not quite big enough for the stamp. Then I just had a little go with it to see what I needed to do to make it stamp all right. So card's always got two sides, so there we go. Right, now gonna put this kind of going on there, so there we go, and my birds are going to sit on top of this. But before I put my birds on, I thought I'd highlight, so these are the details. I don't know whether you can, is the camera going to focus on them? Come on, camera, there we go. The leaves, there's all tiny leaves that emboss. So that's on that other die that I showed you, the ivy, that it will cut out from the sheet, and will leave holes in. Have I got something to show you what I mean? I don't know whether you can see, but you've got the embossing bits there, and it will cut that out. So you could use that on a sheet and cut it out, and then you could cut the leaves out with something else and put the leaves in a different colour. So it will emboss for you, and it's a big one that will fit across the curve. But I wanted just to use the little gold leaves just in a few places. So I'm just going to put them over just a few of the smaller leaves on my foliage here, my ivy, and there's tinier ones, so that's got the shape. So I'm going to pick those up and pop the tiny ones in place as well. There we go. So there's really tiny ones, so I don't know, you can see it's a bit difficult. When I hold the card up later, it will help. So just have a tiny one going down there, and let's see, there is another tiny bit poking out. So I'm just looking for bits on my foliage that will work with it. Don't need to stick them on here. We could use them as actual instead of using gems, you could put some of these on your work. So let's see how many we've got. I'm just going to use one more poking out somewhere. So just this one down here now. There. So that just really just brings out the gold. And then I've got 3 birds, so I'll just put my glue in here a minute, and that's okay. And the minis will work lovely with the birds, so I'm going to pop a mini on the bird, and let's see, I've got one that faces this way and one that will face each other. Now I think I'm going to have him right on the end here, so he's going to be perching on the end there, and I'm going to have him perching on the end there as well, I think. So put him on the end there, so he can come on the end there as though they pop it up. I don't want to cover my font, and I think he can. I'm still going to pop him up on a mini, and he can actually keep getting them stuck to my nails. I'm not doing very well today. So, oh, there we go. So that can go at the end of there. Okay, and then I've got some black. There's another one. I've just found another one, so I may as well use it. I've just lost it again now. There we go. Where will we put it? I think there's just one little bit there. Can put him there. Okay, so they're all the little bits, and I've got these black resin dots, I think they're called, and for a mail card you want it fairly plain, so I don't want to make it too sparkly, but I just thought the gold really cheers it up. So there's different sizes. I'm going to go for the smaller ones and put them randomly. I think I put, and then I'll put one right, I think in the top there. Okay, so I will put a white piece of card inside. So I've not done that yet, so I think I'll put a piece in. So let's just see if I've got yeah, so bring that in, and we will do one. Keep forgetting that it's this way, so might do that. So let's see how much smaller. Let's create it. So if I say that's about, how much is that smaller? About 3/4 of an inch, just over, maybe 7/8. Let's try 7/8 shorter than 4 1/8. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll go for that and see what that looks like. So yeah, I think that kind of works. Okay, so what have I done with my mat? There we go, bring back my stamping mat. And we have got Ray for You, thinking of you, mates, do 1 in a million, Ray for You, made with love. Now, it's somebody that I just really want to put a birthday greeting. So let's see. What's that say on that? No. Let's see. I'm glad your birthday's going to. No, we'll not do that. I just really. Celebrate your day. Okay, now I know that Celebrate Your Day, I know there's many stamp sets with Celebrate Your Day. So I'm using Celebration last year's stamp set, but there is loads with Celebrate Your Day on. It's just that I found this handy and I'll just use that one and put it on a block. Now I think I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape in the inside. So let's see, Gorgeous Grape. Let's go for Gorgeous Grape. Okay, so I'm going to use that because I've used it as a card base. I think I'm going to use this on my card. So just making sure I'm really getting it inked up well. And then pop this in the middle. There we go. Oh yes, yes, the baby has arrived. Thank you for asking. Yes, the leaves are beautiful. Sorry, I'm not looking at the comments, so don't know whether it'll let. Oh yes, I can scroll down. So yeah, nice effects. Thank you. The leaves are beautiful. Yes, baby's arrived. There is unfortunately being. It was a very ginormous baby. My daughter is, well, although she's 5'3" tall, she is a size 6, so very petite. And the baby, you wait for it, was £9 2 ounces. So, yes, bless her. So she's still in hospital now. She gave birth on the 3rd, but early hours of the morning, and they still need to keep her in. So, but yes, he's been born, and it's a boy, sorry. Yeah, and it's a boy. Okay, so we've got Celebrate Your Day on there. Now, on the stamp set, we've got some birds and we've got all this foliage. And there's a really lovely flowers, but because it's a boy, I don't want to put those on. So what I'm thinking is I will have some more of the actual, let's pull that one off there and just pop that on there a minute. This is what the problem is with this, is that I'd have to use my stamping apparatus for it to be exact, but I'm not going to bother with that because I'm going to do some coming off the end, I think. Oh, it will just about all come off the end. So let's see if we can do that. And actually, I'm going to go for the... I should do it in green, but I'm not. I'm going to do it in the Gorgeous Grape. So we'll get that, making sure that that's inked up well. So it's not good with it going off the ends, really. I should really use my stamping apparatus. So that's what I normally do. But let's have a look, see if we can get away with this happening. So if I put it about there, there we go. So I think that will do fine. So move that out of the way and bring back in the card. So let's get rid of those. Lift up and pop this in the middle. And we'll just leave that playing. There we go. There we go. So just get that. A tip, if I've got fuzzy edges, when I'm putting the card down, I just tuck my nail and run it underneath, and that gets rid of the fuzzies underneath. So that's a way of, if your card's a bit rough on the outsides, to stop it spoiling your card, you can do that. So that's one way of doing it. So there, celebrate your day, and then the front is wishing you the happiest of birthdays. So that is, as I say, a mail card, very plain, just a little bit of sparkle on the leaves to just set it off there. So hope you like that, and I shall be back tomorrow with more crafty goodies. Thank you very much. Bye.